Good evening. Tonight, the world may be witnessing the beginning of one of the most dramatic geopolitical turnarounds in recent history. After months of military escalation, missile strikes, economic disruption, and fears of a wider regional war, the United States and Iran are reportedly moving closer to a deal that could halt the conflict and reshape the balance of power in the Middle East. The proposed agreement, still under negotiation, reportedly includes a 60-day ceasefire, the reopening of the critical Strait of Hormuz, sanctions relief for Iran, and fresh talks over Tehran's nuclear program. But questions remain. Can Washington trust Tehran? Will Iran agree to limits on uranium enrichment? And could this deal actually prevent a larger regional war? Tonight, we break down everything we know about the proposed US-Iran agreement, what's inside the deal, who gains, who loses, and why the entire world is watching. The current crisis began after rising tensions between the United States, Israel, and Iran exploded into open confrontation earlier this year. The conflict disrupted global shipping routes, triggered fears of a regional war, and sent oil prices surging worldwide. One of the biggest flashpoints was the Strait of Hormuz, the narrow waterway through which nearly a fifth of the world's oil supply passes. Iran threatened restrictions in the strait. The United States responded with military deployments and increased naval pressure. Now, according to multiple international reports, negotiators may finally be nearing a breakthrough. Here are the key components reportedly included in the proposed agreement. At the heart of the proposal is a temporary 60-day ceasefire. During this period, both sides would halt major military operations while negotiators attempt to reach a broader and more permanent agreement. The ceasefire could also include a reduction in proxy conflicts involving Iran-backed groups across the region. That means possible de-escalation in Lebanon, Iraq, Syria, and Yemen. One of the most critical parts of the deal involves reopening the Strait of Hormuz. Reports suggest Iran would clear naval mines and guarantee safer passage for commercial shipping. In return, the United States may ease maritime restrictions and allow freer movement of Iranian oil exports. This matters enormously to the global economy. Any disruption in Hormuz immediately affects energy prices worldwide. Oil traders are already watching the negotiations closely. Another major element is sanctions relief. According to reports, Washington may gradually ease certain economic restrictions on Iran if Tehran complies with the agreement. That could include partial access to frozen Iranian assets, permission for broader oil exports, reduced restrictions on international transactions. Some reports suggest billions of dollars in Iranian funds abroad could eventually be unfrozen. But the most sensitive issue remains Iran's nuclear program. U.S. officials reportedly want Iran to suspend uranium enrichment and provide guarantees that it will not pursue nuclear weapons. Some American officials claim Iran has even agreed in principle to dispose of highly enriched uranium stockpiles. However, Iranian sources are strongly disputing those claims. Tehran says no final agreement has yet been reached regarding its nuclear activities. That disagreement may become the biggest obstacle to a final peace deal. According to reports, Washington may gradually ease certain economic restrictions on Iran if Tehran complies with the agreement. That could include partial access to frozen Iranian assets, permission for broader oil exports, reduced restrictions on international transactions. Some reports suggest billions of dollars in Iranian funds abroad could eventually be unfrozen. But the most sensitive issue remains Iran's nuclear program. U.S. officials reportedly want Iran to suspend uranium